My name is Katie. I'm from Appleton. The poem I picked was kind of just one of those happenstance accidents. I was in the library and walked up the stairs, and I did not know that there's a Dewey of the Month. Did you guys know there's a Dewey of the Month at the library? And it was the 800s last month, and I was in the library the day Mary Oliver died, and the stand was poetry, and there was Mary and Nikki Giovanni and Charles Simic, who I took home. Not really, but you know. And so I was reading the poems and liking them and all, and the poem Evening Walk was on the page, and I just thought, oh, he did it. You know, he said what I'm always thinking in some version all summer when I'm walking, because I'm just walking all the time in town. And I live kind of in an old part of town where there's lots and lots and lots of really tall trees, and the sound of them talking is just one of my very favorite sounds. So I apologize. I hope you'll permit me to have, like, instead of just this little intro, I have a little postscript at the end of the poem. So even though I'm supposed to be like, the end, when I walk away, I'm gonna stage for a second, like, because it'll be more interesting then. So the poem is called Evening Walk. You give the appearance of listening to my thoughts, O trees, bent over the road I am walking on a late summer evening, when every one of you is a steep staircase, night is slowly descending. The high leaves, like my mother's lips, forever trembling, unable to decide. For there's a bit of wind, and it's like hearing voices, or a mouthful of muffled laughter, a huge dark mouth we can all fit in, suddenly covered by a hand. Everything quiet, light from some other evening, strolling ahead, long ago evening of silk dresses, bare feet, hair unpinned and falling. Happy heart, what heavy steps you take as you follow after them in the shadows. The sky at the road's end, cloudless and blue. The night birds like children who won't come in to dinner. Lost children in the darkening woods. And thanks. So you said at the beginning, Kathy, how the act of recitation is supposed to, like, infuse it, into in this other way. And what occurred to me over the last, few weeks off and on of trying to, like, learn the poem is that I was doing it around the house. And my kids were sort of fascinated by this, and I would do it in the hallway at school, and some of my students were like, oh, okay, And so last night, Lucy finally had a bath after like 100 days of not having a bath, and I said, I'll wash your hair in a minute, and I'm going to sit here on the floor and try to finish memorizing the poem. And she said, do it out loud so I can hear it too. And she's 6. And I said, okay, but I'm just going to be like repeating the same lines over and over, and that might not be fun. She said, it's fine. So I did that, and then I finally sat back, and she was sitting in the tub in front of me. I said, okay, I'm going to try the whole thing. And I'm going along, she's playing with her, Barbies and whatnot. And I got to the night birds, and I had no idea what was next. Like, it was just out of my head. And I said, the night birds. And I just sat there, and she pops up and says, like children. Like, she just gave me my little note. Like, she, just sitting in the tub, and I just looked at her like, are you kidding me? Just for listening to this for like 4 minutes or something. So when you said those things at the beginning, I thought, that's what was happening in my life. That wasn't even about me. It was about how it was going off and infusing into her. So that was